This is Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights. Presented by Jack in the Box.
We're live from Hero Stadium, Toyota Field, right across the street here on San Antonio's northeast side, as tonight, Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights brings us the Madison Mavericks against the Reagan Rattlers. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Hero Stadium. Don Harris with you, along with Chuck Mikatinik. And Chuck, this game, we said from the very beginning this would be our best schedule ever. And right now in Week 9, we've got two teams at 3-1 ready for a showdown and a very important game as far as the standings.
First of all, welcome Ronald Reagan High to Hallmark University TNL. First time in all these years that Reagan's going to be featured tonight on our broadcast. And yeah, this is a huge game for both of these teams. The winner's more than likely going to get Buda Hayes in the first round. The loser is going to get Lake Travis. So huge ball game tonight in terms of playoff implications.
Yeah, it's crazy. Madison can finish second. Madison can finish fourth. But more than likely, the loser of tonight's game has to go on the road to play the defending state champs. And when you talk about the Madison Mavericks, you got to talk about Dante Higgins, one of the nominees for our TNL Play of the Week. Barry Switzer would love to recruit this guy because he can do it both ways.
You know, everybody knew that this young man could run, but what the Madison coaches will tell you, they had no idea he would be this good a passer this soon in his career. Just a junior, but clearly one of the biggest reasons why the Madison Mavericks are in this playoff hunt.
Madison, as always, has athletes all over the field. On the defensive side, look out for number 7, DJ Dotson.
Yeah, team captain, one of the top DBs in the entire district of 26-6A, 56 tackles, 3 picks. Don, he's even blocked 2 kicks this year.
As for the Reagan Rattlers, they are led by a young sophomore, but has got an arm of a major leaguer at age 15.
Yeah, Travis Staley is a two-sport guy. Might be making his money someday on the pitcher's mound, but right now he's a sophomore quarterback really getting the job done for the Snakes. 10 interceptions, just 2 picks, and another reason why Reagan has been so phenomenal this year.
Now, he's a youngster, but they do have some veteran leadership, including Spencer Gilliam, who plays really all over the field.
Yeah, this is one of those guys that isn't the tallest guy on the block, but the coaches assure me he is being under-recruited. This guy is going to be a next-level player, and as you see, all-district performer as a DB and a specialist a year ago, having another great season this year as well.
As always, time to go down to the sidelines and check on our ASCO game time weather. Mike Hernandez on the sidelines. Mike?
Hey, guys, how's it going? Yeah, really nice night. Temperatures in the low 80s, and it looks like it's going to be a south wind at about 8-10 miles an hour, so not bad. It feels very pleasant out here, and I'm looking for a great, great evening.
All right, Mike, we got lots of great athletes all over the field. Who you got your eye on?
I got my eye on Jalen Battles, wide receiver for Madison. He's having a big year. He's already got 23 receptions, 514 yards, and 7 TDs. So he's a big target, and he's part of a very talented receiver core. I think he's going to have a big night.
And he's also in our San Antonio Sports All-Star game. Stars all over the field. Reagan and Madison, a district showdown. Playoff positioning on the line. We're back with our keys to the game right after this.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Lymphedema MD. You're watching Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights, presented by Jack in the Box.
Full moon at Hero Stadium, Madison, Reagan. Right now, time for our Hallmark University keys to the game. Chuck?
All right, let's see what we got tonight. First for the mighty Madison Mavericks. They want to be able to run the football, both with the quarterback position and behind the quarterback position, execute on both sides, and they got to protect that ball, keep it away from the Reagan Rattlers tonight.
Blaine Peterson knows the importance of this one.
Well, it is a big game for us. You know, this is the best time of year, you know, getting close to the playoffs, and there's playoff implications riding on this game, and then if we win, we get a chance maybe to play for a district championship. So we're excited about it. We like where our team's going, and we think it's going to be a great game tonight.
As for the Reagan Rattlers?
Well, they want to do better at the field position game. It really hurt them a week ago in their loss to Johnson. Also, they want to limit Madison's explosive plays. They've got some really tremendous athletes over there at MHS. And then also, win the takeaway battle.
Lyndon Hamilton has a tough job trying to stop these Mavericks.
Definitely have to make sure we keep the quarterback in check. You know, he does a tremendous job of running their, you know, zone read scheme. You know, they got a little midline action in there and run some speed option. And we're going to have to make sure we play responsibility football, you know. When somebody has that option game in there, you got to make sure that you're responsibility sound. And right now, our kids are doing a good job of that. You know, our seniors are leading by example, and looking forward to seeing our kids go out and execute and be better than we were last week. That's our main goal this week. And as long as they do that, I will be happy with tonight's performance.
Playoff positioning is on the line. A district championship still in the sights of those Madison Mavericks. Reagan and Madison will kick it off when we come back to Hero Stadium on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights. Welcome back to Hero Stadium. It's time for our national anthem. Here's Bill Spurgeon.
Thanks for watching the Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights pregame show. Stay tuned for tonight's first half kickoff.
The fans ready for some football here at Hero Stadium. Welcome, everybody. Madison and Reagan. If you're just joining us, this one is very important. The loser of this game most likely has to go on the road to take on the defending state champion in Austin Lake Travis. The winner likely will host Buda Hayes here in the first round, but still a lot to be determined in District 26 6A, but that's the most likely of the scenarios. Johnson already in. Churchill and Mack also fighting for that fourth spot. The Reagan Rattlers won the toss. They have deferred, and so Madison will have it first as we get ready to get underway here at Hero Stadium.
Yeah, Don, and as our crack statistician Mark Kusenberger has kind of trolled through the playoff possibilities here for Division I. Madison 3-1, Reagan 3-1. So the winner tonight will be the top seed more than likely in Division I. The loser will be the second seed in Division I. And then Johnson, of course, 5-0. They'll be the top seed in Division II. And if they beat Madison in the regular season finale, they will be the district champs. But playoff positioning, as you would expect, 26-6A, always a tussle. Let's get it on tonight.
First half kickoff brought to you by Ernest Roofing. Ernest Roofing, they've got you covered. A little fake reverse action, and it's a reverse and coming this side. Flag flies, is going out of bounds is Trayvon Tippins. And it's coming back, it would appear.
A razzle-dazzle to start.
During the return, holding. Reagan, the 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down from there.
Well, he called it on Reagan. I think he means Madison. Chuck Myers, our referee tonight. And so the Madison Mavericks will run out there, and you'll be getting a good look at Dante Higgins, the do-everything quarterback. He can run it, he can throw it. 1,300 yards passing, 1,000 yards rushing. He's got 16 yards throwing the football, 17 on the ground with only 2 interceptions. So look out for Dante Higgins. Also their leading rusher. He fires here on first down It's completed out to the outside and across the 30, all the way down near the 40-yard line is Jalen Battles, his favorite receiver, a 29-yard gain.
Yeah, great pitch and catch, and Madison coming out chucking and ducking early. Great block on the outside there. The spring Battles, the multi-sport star, and Madison in business early.
Inside handoff here on first down. That's Trayvon Tippins. Tippins, a senior running back, comes in with almost 700 yards on the ground. There you see Higgins' stats. Had a fantastic play last week that was a nominee for our TNL Play of the Week. Drops into the gun here. Looking over the middle. Got a little pop pass wide open, but incomplete as he was looking that time for Darian Hill. Here's a look at the starting lineup. Up front for your Madison Mavericks, Peter Gonzalez anchors that offensive line. Dwayne Anthony, big number 78, is an all-star selection. The favorite target is Battles. Former Spur Julius Wosu's son, namesake, also a wide receiver. And there's a couple of Gills, Chance and Darian, that will touch the football quite a bit. Straight drop on third down. That ball's incomplete. Good coverage there by the Reagan Rattlers.
That's a big stop for Reagan here on the initial drive. Madison moving down the field with that first big play on first down. Had a home run over the top, just couldn't complete it. And I think, when we talk about Darian Higgins' progression as a quarterback, some of those touch throws are the hardest to make if you're new to the position. And remember, he was a wide receiver last year. Oh, what
just a junior.
Lining it up.
Jalen Battles, their wide receiver, is also their punter. Gets it away. High kick taken at the 25. Up the middle and with seam, with space. Off to the races to the 40 inside Madison territory. Showing speed and all the way pushed out of bounds. Or did he score?
He scored.
He didn't go out of bounds. Touchdown, Reagan. Oh my goodness, we told you about Spencer Gilliam at the top of the show. And Spencer Gilliam making a play.
Well, of all the things that Spencer Gilliam did right on this play, how about his balance at the end of this? Gets a crease, finds some daylight, and then it's speed, and more speed down the left sideline. One chance for Battles to push him out, but look at that. He's able to keep his balance and score.
Wow. I thought for sure he'd be shoved out of bounds, but as you're right, Chuck, fantastic balance as the extra point is up and good by Steve Opeka, and Reagan's on the board quickly without running an offensive play. The Rattlers lead 7-0.
75 to the house.
Welcome back to Heroes, the Reagan Rattlers with a lot to smile about. Fired up. Spencer Gilliam giving a spark to the Reagan Rattlers with that 75-yard punt return to put Reagan on top. 7-0.
Yeah, Lyndon Hamilton is the first-year head coach at Reagan, but he's been at the school forever, and he told me this week that Spencer Gilliam is only one of 2 kids that they've ever had at this school that will see spot duty on both sides of the ball. That's how much they think of this guy as a football player.
Chance Gill to the 30. And Madison will have their second possession. Yeah, well, you could see his fantastic speed on that play. I mean, he just took off. Left everybody in his dust.
Yeah, 5'11", so, if he's 6'3", he's getting a lot of D1 looks, but again, sometimes you got to look at the overall package. I mean, what do your eyes tell you? And Spencer Gilliam passes the test every single time.
Dante Higgins and the Madison Mavericks with their second shot at it. Higgins is keeping, and he's going nowhere. Bounces it, staying on his feet, and he's finally going to be driven down right there. JT Mulligan on the tackle. As we take a look at the Reagan Rattling defense. Reggie Wilson make a lot of tackles on that nose. Zane Little, one of the better defenders as well. And you have Gilliam playing all over the field, leading the way on that defense at strong safety. 2nd and 15. Ball goes inside for a gain, maybe about 3 for Trayvon Tippins.
Reagan's defense doing a really nice job. We talked at the onset how much they really wanted to focus to stop the run this week, and so far they've been equal to the task. Not only stopping Higgins, but anybody else that totes the rock tonight.
3rd and 12. Higgins will pump fake, throwing the screen to the other side. And Reagan's defense had it scouted nicely, and getting in there to make a big play and a nice tackle was big number 60, Matt Latronico.
You know, Latronico is another one of those young men that probably be playing at the next level as too. His brother's playing football at McNeese State. A lot of athletes on both sides of the ball, a lot of college caliber athletes on both of these squads.
Sets up 4th and 12, so Jalen Battles will come out for the 2nd time to kick it away, and something tells me he will aim this one away from Spencer Gilliam this time. Good rush. He kicks it towards the sidelines, and it'll bounce out of bounds near the 45. And Reagan will see their offense for the first time. They already lead 7-0, but we'll take a look at the young sophomore quarterback, Travis Staley, when we come back.
And welcome back. I'm joined by Jay Gregson from Hallmark University. He's a provost there. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Mike.
Hey, you guys got a lot going on. You know, last week we talked about the coin, and we both can relate to the coin because of our military backgrounds.
Sure.
This coming week is going to be a big week for veterans, Veterans Day and Veterans Week. And y'all have something special planned.
Yes, I am really excited about this. Not only being at this game, which is awesome, but this weekend is our 2nd annual car show that is specifically for veterans, and all the proceeds will go to the PTSD Foundation of San Antonio. And we have 65 plus hot rods from veteran-owned car owners, veteran-owned food trucks. We're going to have a carnival atmosphere, games and everything, and raffles, but every dollar, every penny goes towards our veterans who have served us. Our 2nd annual, the Funkasaurus Rex will be playing.
Funkasaurus Rex.
Great band, great atmosphere. Like I said, we're right between Papacitos and Sea Island, right off of I-10 West, or across from USAA, our main campus.
That's between 6 and 10?
6 and 10 on Saturday this weekend. Yes, sir.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hallmark University, thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Mike.
Back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike. Look forward to that as Staley completes one right over the middle to Jack West, and he took a big-time shot on the back end of that from Jamie Ferguson.
Yeah, how about that? Defensive lineman, look at where he's at. Jamie's down by the defensive line. Look at him hustle back to make that bone-crushing hit. He's going to let somebody know about it, too. Good hustle there on that play, finishing it off.
But a kielbasa smoke meat. First down for the Reagan Rattlers. Here's Staley handing off to John Carrington. Carrington with great burst up the middle. Picks up about 6. Carrington, their leading rusher for Reagan.
Yeah, been on varsity since he was a sophomore. Getting his chance this year and certainly making the most of it.
Carrington with 606 yards rushing. 9 touchdowns coming in. So look at the numbers on Staley. Again, just a sophomore.
You know, I think the thing that stands out to me, Don, with both of these quarterbacks is the fact they're not turning the ball over. That's so huge. And for young guys, very, very not the usual situation.
2nd down, it's a keeper for Staley. It's going to be short of the first down by about 1.5 yards. Here's a look at those offensive starters for the Reagan Rattlers. It's got some good ones up front, including Brandon Smith, big number 74, is an all-star, going to play for us on January the 6th. Carrington will get most of the carries at running back. Connor Fox is a backup quarterback. In fact, he was in the mix to start, and after they settled on the other 2, he's moved to wide receiver and has been very productive. As Staley will keep for the first down, and he might go. Travis Staley's going to score a touchdown, and Reagan leads 13-0. 31 yards.
Of all the things that Travis Staley can do, he's got a big arm. He can also beat you with his feet. He's quite deceptive. He's a dual sport kid. Again, really a star on the baseball field with a pop, serious pop on his fastball, but pretty fast as well with the feet.
Got all kinds of offers, can choose the school of his choice when it comes to baseball. As the extra point goes through, and Reagan jumps on top of Madison early. 14-0 Rattlers as we play on in the first. Hey, our America's Diamond Smile Cam was out at Reagan at the pep rally this week. Rattlers all fired up for their game, and as you can tell, they're ready to go tonight. 14-0 our score. America's Diamond sponsoring the Smile Cam all year long, and kids having a great time week after week. That scoring drive, 31 yards on the run by Staley, capped it off, and so the Rattlers will kick it off again. It's Trayvon Tippins, number 3 right there.
Madison head coach Blaine Peterson telling this week, we cannot give up the big plays, and we've got to tackle. We've got to earn this one, and we'd like to see them improve going forward. It's been a really rocky start for the Mavs.
Kick is taken at the 30, and it'll be about a 1-yard return, and so Higgins and company will have their 3rd shot at it with the football. Haven't had but 1 first down so far, as the Mavs run back on there trying to look for a spark here, down 14-0.
Well, this is a young football team on both sides of the ball, but I think that's one of these things where you got enough athletes where, you know, sometimes it's easier for younger teams to put these poor starts behind them and just go play.
Here's Higgins on a zone read, keeps himself, pushes forward for about 2. They love the RPO, the run pass option for this kid right here. I said at the outset, this is one of those guys that Barry Switzer would be recruiting back in the old Oklahoma days, with all the option looks that he can give you, because he can throw it and he can beat you with breakaway speed, and he's got good hands on the fakes, on the jet sweep fakes. And they trust him to make the right call, whether keep it in the belly or pull it and run himself. He keeps and fires over the middle, caught by Battles, and he's got a kielbasa smoke meat first down as they're knocking on the door of crossing the 50 and into Reagan territory.
Yeah, really good route that time by Jalen Battles, and anybody that's familiar with 26-6A athletics, they know who this guy is, because there's not anything he's not doing. We've already seen him punt the ball tonight too, but football star, great on the basketball field, or on the basketball court, but I think, Don, maybe his best sport is baseball. He can pitch, quite the athlete to say the least.
All district in all 3 as Higgins takes off with it. Was determined to throw it and probably could have picked up about 10 or 15 had he pulled it a little earlier, but instead he picks up about 4.
Yeah, I think this is the mark of a good young quarterback, though. I mean, he wants to throw first. And again, he's done, you know, the running stuff his whole life. But trying to figure out how to get the ball downfield, I thought that was a pretty good play right there. You know, you always got that run in your back pocket if you need it. But don't take your eyes from downfield, and you did a good job there.
On a roll, looking deep, has time, now takes off right up the middle, and look at Higgins go. He's right at the stick. I believe he's going to have another kielbasa first down.
It's going to be awfully close. Just a great individual play, and kept his feet moving. He was trying to survey the field and find a little opening there, and he was able to get it and make this an awfully close lunge for the first down marker.
Well, the official on the far side with a interesting spot, to say the least, compared to where the other 2 had it. So it'll be 2nd down and 1. Higgins will move the pile forward, and he's still going.
Yeah,
so much for the 1-yard sneak for the first round. It goes for 5.
Best run of the night.
So Madison has a little mo. They pick up a kielbasa smoke meat first down, moving into Reagan territory. A little confidence, a little momentum. Higgins fires, flag flies. It was thrown behind Wosu and incomplete.
And it's going to be against the Mavericks.
And Madison is going to have to play an awfully clean football game tonight. But again, this thing far from over. Madison's got explosive players all over this football
Holding
field.
on the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. We'll replay first down.
That's one of the cool things about what Coach Peterson did when he got there. He tried to recognize, okay, who can do what, and now we're going to figure out the best way to get the most out of him. You take a guy that was playing wide receiver last year, put him in a quarterback, and I think that's the thing that surprised everybody is how quickly he's learned and adapted throwing the football.
He's got himself some work here. 1st and 20. 3 wides, and whistles blow again, and we may have delay a game. Or did somebody move?
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Now we got 1st and 25 as the Mavs are going backwards.
You know, they've certainly put themselves in quite a hole here, but at least it's first down.
Aiden Hoffman goes in motion. Chance Gill on the fake. Higgins throws down the sideline for Hoffman. He almost tried to one-handed on the back shoulder, but it's incomplete. Hey, voting for the San Antonio Sports Star All-Star Cheer Challenge, powered by CPS Energy, has already begun. Go to thecw.com and vote for your favorite squad. 2 top vote getters win $1,000 and $500 grants, and the top 4 have a chance to cheer at the nationally televised U.S. Army All-American Bowl or the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB, both on Saturday, January 6th at the Alamodome. 2nd down and 25 for Higgins and company. Straight drop, quarterback run the entire way. Now he pulls it, and Reagan's defense read it the entire time, and you got to tip your cap to the Rattlers.
Yeah, Lucas Eatman had great coverage on the play previous when Madison tried to run the wheel route. They've just got guys staying at home. There's nowhere to go for Higgins. Look at all the snakes there to strike him. Nice play, Eatman. That's 2 back-to-back.
Lucas Eatman, the junior linebacker, was never fooled.
Big-time schools looking at this guy. That is for sure.
3rd and 28, and they may have a shot at it. Down the sideline, gonna score. Jalen Battles, touchdown Madison. 55 yards.
How about that?
You know, Mark Kusenberger told us, our statistician extraordinaire, said if Madison can hit Reagan on the corners, they have a chance. He's noticed some weaknesses on that far side of the field, and so did the Madison coaches.
Well, just a great job on the outside. You know, one thing for Battles to catch the football, but boy, did he pick up some crucial blocks there. Made a nice little alley right for the end zone.
Graham Torres on to kick the extra point for the Mavs, and it is straight through. Madison's on the board, and they cut the lead to a touchdown. Mike Hernandez down on the sidelines. Mike?
Okay, guys, what a game. What a game. Joined by Tony Dankowski from Countywide Services. How you doing, sir?
Perfect weather for football.
It really isn't it? Isn't it great? Now, you guys got something kind of special going on as well. Tell us about that. You got a really nice deal.
We do. You know, a lot of pollen in the air. Tons of pollen. We are giving away, seriously, a UV light system that goes in your duct system to help take the allergens and stuff out of the air so you don't have to breathe all that stuff. So with every new system you get, we'll put that in for you for free.
That's great. Now, you know you have some personal experience with that, right? So you have one in your house, and that actually does help.
I do have one in my house. Miss Shirley has asthma. So yes, we do have one in our house. And I can tell you it works.
Cool. So real quickly, give folks your hours and where they can go to find you guys.
We are open at 7 in the morning, and we close at about 7 or 8 o'clock at night, depending on our call list. You can reach us 732-9772.
We appreciate you joining us every night, Thursday Night Lights, and again for another year.
Been fun.
Yeah, it has been fun, hasn't it?
Been fun.
Look
Say
out.
hi to Shirley for me.
I will.
Thanks,
All right.
Mike. Spencer Gilliam to the house for the second tonight. Spencer Gilliam, pollen ain't bugging him. There might be pollen in the air for the rest of us, but not Spencer.
This guy, go have yourself a night, 10.
Wow.
You may want to find somebody else to not get the ball to if you're Madison. Merciful goodness.
You know, that's just a kick in the gut. Madison had that great drive and that big play to kind of finally set their feet against Reagan, who had come out here and punched him in the mouth, and then boom, just like that, you're back to where you started. Flag down as Steve Opella comes out to attempt the extra point.
Well, you know, Spencer Gilliam, Ivy League schools are looking at him. Sam Houston State, somebody is going to get a heck of a football player.
I mean,
how much more do you need to see?
If I was a track coach, I'd sign him for the 100.
Yeah, he's on the track team.
Opella's kick is through. Reagan leads 21-7. We've got 3 minutes left here still to play in the first quarter. He may be worn out a little bit as we take a look at our Hallmark University TNL top 10. Reagan moving up at 6-2. Judson still number 1. O'Connor number 2. They've been in those two positions the entire season. O'Connor, especially after they beat Steele early on, moved into that spot. Southwest making a big jump all the way to number 4. Johnson from this very district also in there. And we've got number 6 against number 10 next week right here on TNL as Clemens and Steele will close out the regular season. The Knights, coming off a state championship appearance, have had some rough times, but they played a bear of a schedule to start the season. Tommy Bush, that kid right there, number 11, can choose any school in America that he wants to go play at. And Caden Stearns, that young man right there, number 2, is already committed to the University of Texas. So some big-time blue chips next week on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights.
Yeah, Mom looks like she's pretty happy about this.
I don't know if she's got enough storage in that phone to capture all the highlights from Spencer tonight. With short kick. Madison's going to let it roll out of bounds, and the Mavs will have it at the 35-yard line, down 21-7. Right after Jalen Battles had given him some signs of life, Spencer Gilliam answers. 2 special teams touchdowns for the Rattlers.
Yeah, I mean, this just smells like one of those games that's going to be like ping pong all night long. It's because of the amount of great athletes on both sides of the football, both teams sporting all
illegal
kinds of
kick
talent.
out of bounds by the kicking team. Receiving team elects to take the ball where it went out of bounds, plus 5 yards. First down, Madison at the 31.
All righty. So the Mavs will have it at the 31-yard line. And now Dante Higgins and company have the chore of trying to jump back in it again. Anything you can do, we can do better. Got to answer.
Yeah, that's the one thing, too, that you always wonder. You know, it's probably a big series for the Reagan defense because they've been out on the field now. They have to come right back on the field after you get a special teams play. Sometimes it's harder to bow up and get back after it. We'll see if the Mavs can take advantage because obviously, you know, having to get their touchdown took them a little bit, and then they gave it right back.
Trying to sort out the ruling on the spot of the ball. And so it will be at the 31. First and 10 for the Mavs. And Spencer Gilliam not on the field for that Reagan defense. Higgins turns it up. Tackle after a gain of about 2. JT Mulligan there.
And you talk about how small a world it is, too. JT Mulligan's dad played at Madison and was a senior when Scott Peterson was playing at Madison long before he became the head coach. But JT's quite a player too. Apparently he's got a visit to Vanderbilt coming up here in the very near future.
Nice. 2nd down and 5. Higgins fires, caught, 1st down. It's Battles again.
We talk about Battles and his ability to play all these different sports. I'm really impressed at his ability to really square off these routes. You know, a lot of receivers and raw ones will kind of round him out, but he makes really deep, sharp cuts. Gets himself open and gives himself some space to work through.
1st and 10, inside handoff. Trayvon's got it across the 35 near the 40. Tippins, Madison's leading rusher for anyone other than someone named Higgins, picks up 14.
Yeah, good speed, and they're really impressed with his lateral movement.
Higgins is out there with 2 guys and splits them. Gets down to the 40-yard line.
Now, there was a little confusion there. He was hoping to have his running back kind of flare open, and it just never materialized. So Higgins doing a really good job, kind of making something out of nothing right there.
2nd and 7. Whistles blow, and Reagan's going to take a timeout. Lyndon Hamilton's squad wants to talk it over.
The first half.
On 2nd and 7.
Yeah, nothing else, just to catch your breath.
Yeah, Madison's tempo right now in rhythm, just like they were on the last drive, and kind of hit Reagan by surprise on that conversion and went down the sidelines for Battles for the touchdown. But so far, it's a Spencer Gilliam show. 2 return touchdowns lead Reagan to the 21-7 lead. And again, if you're just joining us, this is for critical playoff positioning in District 26 6A. Johnson, Madison, and Reagan are all going to the playoffs. That is not up for grabs in any way, shape, or form. But the loser of this game tonight most likely has to make the road trip to the defending state champion Austin Lake Travis. And as we saw last year with O'Connor, as good as they were, the draw sometimes determines your playoff run. And if you get Judson in the 1st round, it's not what you want to do. And nobody wants to go to Austin to play Lake Travis. As Higgins fires over the middle, it's intercepted. The Reagan Rattlers, and guess who? Spencer Gilliam.
Because of course.
22 on the return. And Mom, I hope you're rolling in that phone.
Yeah, we're watching this on your telephone on the CW, but Spencer just playing center field. You know, he's probably going to play slot or corner at the next level. But obviously a very heady player, and he's having himself a great month all in one night.
A career. Mom's got herself a noisemaker. So the Reagan offense back out there with Travis Staley and company, turning handed on a jet sweep. A hurdle across the 50 and tackled right there after a gain of about 3 for the Reagan Rattlers, and that was Eric Sierra.
Yeah, Sierra's a guy that will tote the rock and do a lot of good jobs in the backfield throwing blocks. Reagan will give it to quite a number of different kids. Give the Mavs a lot to chew on, so they can't key on anybody.
Jack West and Drew Uresti split to the right. Staley's got Carrington, hands it to him. No, he faked it, and he's going nowhere. Madison's D throwing him backwards, and I'll tell you what, that Madison Maverick defensive front doing a heck of a job. Big number 56, TJ Dowd, and Frankie Reyes there to knock him down. Frankie Reyes, number 94, has already had a big night. DJ Dotson and Sam Barrasso make a lot of plays in that secondary for the Madison Mavericks.
Yeah, that was a big play there for Madison. Try to get off the field here on 3rd down.
3rd and 9. 11 seconds to go in the quarter. Ball's on the ground. Staley picks it back up, buys time, and now he runs. He's being chased, has a 1st down, and gets out of bounds with 1 second to go in the quarter.
Yeah, those old middle infielder skills coming into play right there. Low snap, no problem. Staley doing a good job finding the ears, then turning it upfield and moving the sticks on what surely looked like it was going to be a busted play.
So we've got one more snap here in the first quarter with Reagan up 21-7. And the Rattlers back on the move. First and 10 for Staley. Fires over the middle. Low grab. Caught by Uresti. And it'll be short of the first down, but that will take us to the end of the first quarter. It's been the Spencer Gilliam show. 2 returns for scores and an Oski. Reagan leads Madison. Second quarter coming up next. Welcome back. We had a penalty and one untimed down. It was John Carrington, as you can see, going up the middle for a big-time game. Hey, right now it's time for our highlights, brought to you by iDreamSA.com, connecting San Antonio teams to opportunity. Spencer Gilliam started the game with a 75-yard touchdown return. Travis Staley made it 14-0 with this scamper for the Rattlers. Madison got right back in it. Jalen battles down the sidelines to make it 14-7. That held for about 10 seconds because he's actually this fast. Whee! Spencer Gilliam, his second return. He added an interception to that. And Reagan starts off the second quarter with a 21-7 lead. And the football driving inside Madison territory at the Maverick 25-yard line. New set of downs for Travis Staley and company. Hand off to Carrington. He breaks the tackle, trying to get to the outside. He was one man away from taking it to the house. And it was Battles who came out to get him.
Some of these guys and their athletic ability is just ridiculous. I mean, Jalen Battles and all these guys doing a couple of different things there.
Playing all over
Higgins, all over the field as well. Really nice run there by Carrington. Just kind of picking and feeling his way, and outstanding run there on first down.
Inside the Miracle Mattress red zone, second down and 1. Trips to the left-hand side. It's a keeper all the way for Staley. He's got the first down and lunges towards the 10. That's a kielbasa smoked meat first down for Staley. And the Rattlers are knocking on the door again.
How about this young man and what he's given the Reagan Rattlers since they named him the starter? You know, you think as a sophomore, you'd see a lot of growing pains, and I'm sure there have been, but I think the biggest thing that everybody's impressed with was his confidence and his poise. I mean, he just doesn't look like he's overwhelmed by the moment.
From the 12, Carrington on a jet sweep, flag flies. Carrington, touchdown Reagan, but it may come back. Officials want to talk it over. Reagan's coach is lobbying for an offside call and for the touchdown to hold.
There is no flag for five in the backfield. Touchdown.
And they get it.
Boy, Reagan's offense, have they been explosive tonight? Of course, they had the 2 special teams plays, but every time these guys get on the field, something good is happening for the Snakes. Get another punch.
John Carrington with a touchdown to make it 27-7. And they're a point away from a 3-touchdown lead. Kick is a knuckleballer, but it's through. And it's all Reagan early in the first half. Rattlers lead it 28-7.
All right, and welcome back. Score 28-7 now in favor of Reagan. I'm joined by Riley Walker from San Antonio Sports. All right, all-star game, getting closer and closer. We have some big athletes out here that have had some big plays already. Tell us about the game.
Well, yeah, I'm very excited. We're a couple months out. The game is on January 6th in the Alamo Dome. Right now it's featuring 53 high schools, over 100 players. Number 10, Spencer Gilliam, is killing it right now.
He's one of them.
2 touchdowns and an interception, so I think we selected pretty well. I'm excited to see these guys play and more importantly, see them all play in the Dome.
Yeah, that's coming up not too far from now. Now, you also have the cheer challenge that's a part of that. That's a component of that, right?
Right. So we've got a lot of cheer teams voting to see who gets to cheer in the Army All-American Bowl or the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game. It's very exciting. Voting goes on until December 4th. So be sure to vote for your favorite squad.
All right. Thanks a lot, Ryan. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Back to you guys.
All right, Madison avoiding disaster there. Chance Gill lost a handle on it for a second, but got back on top of it, and so he tried to make a lot out of nothing, but just lost the football.
Yeah, little slick ball there. He's trying to figure out, how am I going to get the edge? How am I going to get the edge? Oh, whoa, wait, I got to go get the ball.
So Madison at the 27-yard line with 10:34 to go here in the half. Down 3 touchdowns. Looking at their district championship hopes fading quickly. Tippins has about 5.
You know, I think offensively they've got the weapons to get back in this thing, but at some point they're going to have to get some stops or figure out a way to get the ball back. The way this thing is trending right now.
2nd and 5 for Higgins. Hands to Tippins, trying to bounce it, coming up from his corner spot, missing the tackle, and I believe that was Gilliam who pushed him out. Hey, time for another Vulcan Materials Company player profile.
Yeah, Zane Little, the linebacker from the Reagan Rattlers. Look at that GPA. Stellar, 3.6, 2-year varsity letterman. Look, he's out there mentoring ninth grade student athletes. He wants to play college ball and earn a degree, and something tells me he's going to do both and do them both very well.
3rd and 4. Higgins on an option, keeps it. Has more than that. Across the 50 and down inside Reagan territory.
Are there 2 number 10s running around in this football field?
Nope, it's just Gilliam, and he's everywhere.
Well, just a great play on the back end making the tackle, because obviously Higgins is not the easiest guy in the world to bring down, but boy, the Madison Mavericks have to be happy that they got this kid for another year too. He's really looking the part at quarterback.
Dante Higgins straight ahead again. Another tackle by Reagan's Ben Culhane, who's had a few of them tonight.
Yeah, Madison marching, and they want to pick it up here a little bit quickly. You see a lot of guys on the Reagan defense feel like they've been on the field a lot in this first half, despite the scoreboard, 28-7 in favor of them.
The snap, false start, center, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have return touchdowns. Your defense does not get rest, but they'll be all right with that.
Oh, yeah. You'll always take those touchdowns when you can get them. Obviously, a huge drive for the Mavs right here to try to cut into this lead.
2nd and 12. And another pre-snap whistle and another false start, it would appear.
Prior to the snap, false start by the offense. The entire line was moving before the ball was snapped. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Frustrations for Blaine Peterson as his team continues to be hurt by penalties, as Higgins takes a straight drop, fires over the middle and behind his intended receiver. Zone coverage by the Rattlers and nowhere to go with it.
Yeah, good job by Reagan, starting to put some heat on off the edges, running some twists. Try to get in that backfield to make Higgins throw before he's really comfortable doing so.
3rd and 17. Play comes in from the sideline. Option, Higgins keeps, and not much going anywhere. Culhane there again, along with some partners from that Reagan defense to keep him short, well short of the first down.
Yeah, our main Zane Little also in on that one. So the Mavs facing 4th down here. Be interesting to see what they do. They're talking it over.
You know, and if I'm Blaine Peterson, I'm telling Battles, punt the football, but don't punt it anywhere near Spencer Gilliam. Kick it out of bounds if you want. I don't care if it goes out at the 35.
You'd make a heck of a coach,
Just
brother.
don't kick it anywhere near him.
I'm with you. 10 is having a field day.
Take you back to your Rocket Ismail against Colorado days. All right, we're taking a break. We'll come back. They'll punt it to Gilliam or try to keep it away from him when we return. We're back with Jalen Battles ready to punt it away to Madison. He angles it, and it spins to guess who? Spencer Gilliam. Gilliam gets to the corner, doesn't quite get to the edge, and gets out of bounds at about the 15-yard, about the 18-yard line. First time tonight that he's done anything less than about 40 or 70. Hey, time to tell you about Beyond the Game. San Antonio Sports recognizing teams that have exhibited key values through their actions. To learn how parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate teams that go beyond the game, just go to sanantoniosports.org, watch the TNL halftime show, and you'll see teams that are going behind the game with their respect, selfless service, integrity, caring, personal courage, and sportsmanship. Great program all year long. San Antonio Sports. Carrington off tackle, picks up about 4. We get near the 7-minute mark, and Reagan in control.
Yeah, we'll see if they try to work on this clock a little bit. They've had so much success getting the ball up and down the field tonight. One of those things, they'll see if they can finish off yet another drive, and while doing so, chew up this clock.
Steele and a throw. It's caught by Uresti for a kielbasa smoked meat first down.
Really nice play there. Kind of try to sucker punch the Mavs. Here, run on first down, and then Staley doing a nice job dropping back and throwing a strike. Which he does a lot of with that arm, by the way.
He can sling it. Drew Uresti is going to our All-Star game. He's an all-district first-teamer. Has 5 touchdowns this year. Here's Carrington. Carrington broke it to the outside. Got to get a block, and does. Nice job by the Madison secondary to get over there and keep him from scoring. And the man who made the tackle, a little dinged up after trying to get out there, is Keandre Diggs. Limping around a little bit, but if it wasn't for Keandre, that was going to the house.
Yeah, as we take another look, Carrington just doing a really nice job sliding and gliding, getting outside and taking advantage of his blocking downfield.
1st and 10. Carrington up the middle, good for about 4. Talked to him this week. Said he wasn't concerned too much about the television being under the Thursday night lights, that they knew exactly what this game meant in the standings and just going to lock in and concentrate on getting the job done.
Yeah, Brandon Bielefeld doing a nice job of filling that and getting Carrington to the ground on that play. But certainly Johnson is handling their business. Reagan's handling their business here in the first half.
2nd and 7, Staley to the outside, caught, pushed out right at about the 40-yard line is Jack West. As we take a look at our America's Diamond Smile fam, Cam. There's a theme going on there with the stucco is good, something. I don't know what club they're in, but they're happy. Student council. That's what that means, right? STUCO.
You're asking me?
I'm
that
thinking,
sounds like a good guess.
I'm thinking student council, not stucco. They're not home builders. They're kids in high school. Inside handoff, Carrington. Boy, he ran with purpose, but he ran right into Madison's defense. And number 42, Jorge Rivas.
Yeah, running with purpose and tackling with purpose. That was the, the immovable object and the
irresistible force.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, two guys going head to head right there.
It was like running into a stucco wall. Second and 6. Staley to throw. Caught at the 30, making a move and picking up another first down is Connor Fox. Told you Fox was a former quarterback.
Yeah.
13-yard gain there.
6'5", too, so he's a load. But he had 2 grabs for touchdowns in the MAC game. And this wide receiver unit for the Rattlers, Coach Johnson was telling me, probably the deepest unit he's got on this team. They really like every one of those guys they have outside.
Reagan methodically moving the ball down the field. Good high snap. Staley's got it, completes it again to Fox, and Fox is tripped up. Almost took it for a touchdown. Boy, great athleticism by Staley to go up and get that snap. Rattlers move inside the Miracle Mattress red zone.
Just so many ways to beat you, and they're really free-flowing tonight, this Johnson offense. Times have had their struggles, although, you know, when you go up against Johnson and that defense, that's some tough sledding right there, but they are clicking on all cylinders this evening.
Staley on the keep. He's upended right at the 5-yard line. DJ Dotson making the tackle. Staley's perfect on the night throwing the football. He's 6 for 6 for 64 yards. And you talked about running that clock back when they were on their own 30, and they've whittled it from 8 minutes down to 3.5. It's 2nd down and 4, and would like nothing better than to go ahead and finish it here. 2nd and 3. Staley, Carrington. Carrington to the 2, churning and being pushed back. Job by Chance Gill and DJ Dotson there. Battles in on it. Sets up 3rd down and long 2.
Yeah, they've had so many explosive plays tonight. This is obviously their longest drive of the game. Just very good at kind of methodically punching it downfield, whether it's throwing or running it. Good mix of both.
You know, I expected to see a lot of talent from Staley, but maybe some shakiness running the team as a sophomore. He looks like a vet. Hands to Carrington. He's drilled. Nice tackle by Andre Riley, the junior linebacker, came up and put a lick on him. And it's going to be 4th down in about 1 yard.
You know, Don, you're talking about Staley and how mature he looks as a sophomore. I mean, obviously the coaching staff feels the same way. They wouldn't have him back there, but I think because of the amount of success that he's had on the baseball field. You know, when you got the Jim Schlossnagels of the world and the Paul Maneris of LSU coming out there to watch you play baseball, that's got to make you feel pretty good inside, knowing that you belong on any sporting field, much less baseball, football, wherever. So I think that has a lot to do with his maturity.
Yeah, especially at 15.
Yeah, just turned 16, I was told, not too long ago, a couple weeks ago.
All right, we'll take the timeout. It'll be 4th down and 1. Reagan trying to score one more time before the half when we come back. Welcome back to Heroes Stadium. The Reagan Rattler student section all fired up. Their team leads 28-7, looking to add to it here as we're inside of 2 minutes in the first half, and Reagan is knocking on the door, but they've got to get about a half a yard to get a new set of downs, or 2.5 to score a touchdown.
Well, they've got so much talent on this offensive line. You know, if they decided to go for this, you really couldn't blame them.
Instead, they're going to play it safe and kick the field goal. Steve Opella has a lot of them this year. 19-yarder is right down Main Street. That makes it 31-7. Opella, long on the year, is 45. But he's also kicked a number just short of 30 yards. 28-yarder, a 26-yarder, a 27-yarder. He's money when they're close. And he's money right there.
Yeah, Coach Johnson figuring, you know, what the heck. We got all the way down there. There was a really long drive. We ate up a lot of the second quarter. Better to be safe than sorry. Take the 3 and now kick the ball back to Madison and hope you can get a stop.
Now, we don't have our abacus or our calculator to figure out this district schedule.
Not that I would know what to do with either one of those, but
you can see they beat Brennan. That in itself is an accomplishment. The Bears, of course, was one of the top backs, Jamil Jeter, who, by the way, tweeted out that he's hurt.
Yeah, having surgery,
maybe
so
done
I hope
for the
best for him.
Get a district play. They beat Mack, they beat Churchill, beat Lee, and then lost for the first time since their earlier loss in the season to Harlingen against Johnson a week ago. That ended their district championship hopes. But again, they're playing for a first-round home game tonight if they can beat Madison, and they lead it 31-7. Most likely they would host Buda Hayes. Short kick is fielded at the 34 and taken near the 38-yard line. David Wetzel's first season at Baylor handed the reins to Lyndon Hamilton, and I tell you what, that's quite a transition. Only 2 losses for the Reagan Rattlers on the year and played some tough competition. Hamilton has been there for a long time, even though he wasn't the head man, and it was seamless, as it appeared. A lot of the coaches stayed on the staff, and
yeah, both of these guys doing an
success.
amazing job here in their first year as head coaches, no question.
Higgins a straight drop with a $1:45 to play in the half. Now takes off, and he's tripped up from behind.
Daniel Haywood doing a really nice job of working his way back towards the quarterback, making the play, stopping him for a short gain.
Here's Higgins on second down. Over the middle's caught right near the 50-yard line. And maybe Madison can get something moving here.
Yeah, Dion Moore really working and doing a nice job going back for the football and then taken down by Mulligan.
New set of downs. Higgins fires to Tippins in the flat. He gets the edge and turns it up and gets near the Reagan 42.
Really nice job there by Adam Portillo for Reagan, keeping that one in front of him. Not an easy to do when you got a running back out there with a lot of green in front of him, but Portillo equal to the task, pushing him out of bounds, and Madison will face a 2nd and 4 with about a $1:08 left here in the first half, so plenty of time, still 2 timeouts in their pocket.
Nice job by Tippins to get out of bounds. 2nd and 5. Higgins now decides to run it, now fires, it's caught. Tippins has it, he's inside the Reagan 35-yard line. Whistle blows to move the chains. Clock stopped momentarily at 54.
Higgins doing a really nice job that time, surveying the field, and then watch. Once he breaks the pocket and gets outside, his eyes have never stopped looking downfield, and as soon as the defender made a beeline to come tackle him, he had 2 wide receivers out there ready to catch the football, did a good job getting it downfield.
Madison takes a timeout with 54 seconds to go. They've got 1 left. And stick around for the countywide service halftime show. We'll have the Madison Marching Band, the Reagan Marching Band. You can vote for our band grant. And we'll also hear from some great young scholar athletes as Vulcan Materials Company presents our Scholar Athletes of the Week. That's all coming up on the countywide service halftime show. A couple of Rattlers on the sidelines.
Serpents ready to strike him.
The Diamondback. Should we critique the uniforms of the mascots?
Dude, I'm not so going there.
Got a lot of game left.
I think those mascots look really good. There'll be no critiquing involved.
I like that. Tip it. Across the 30, Tippins rather, to the 25-yard line. Quick hitter there. Whistles blow. And it's a momentary stop and play as there's a flag down on the far sideline.
On the field.
Offsides by the defense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Still be first down.
This has been a really outstanding drive by the Mavs inside 2 minutes. Taking it downfield. Now we'll see if they can finish it off. Get a little momentum going into halftime.
See Lyndon Hamilton fired up at his D. Madison picked up about 5, so accepts the penalty to keep the down. First down instead of second with about the same yardage. 1st and 5 as the clock starts again at 44. Higgins on a straight drop. Now running for his life, and he's caught from behind. Nice job by the Reagan Rattlers, and getting in there was Adam Portillo, the senior linebacker.
We called his name a lot tonight. And no question, Portillo doing a really good job. You don't think that some of these edge guys are going to have that kind of speed to match the quarterback. Is that a pick?
That ball may have been intercepted. And it has been. Looking for the official to make a certain call, and he did. JT Mulligan came up and picked it up right off the carpet. It was low, but it looked like he got it clean.
JT Mulligan having a great season too. Higgins wasn't able to step into that throw as much as he'd wanted to because there were so many guys in his face. Mulligan doing a really good job stepping in front of the receiver and getting that pick.
Reagan's in victory formation, so they'll kneel it here and go into the locker room with a 31-7 lead. Staley takes the knee, and the Rattlers will take this 6 days a week and twice on Thursday Night Lights.
Yeah, I talked about these guys and their long district winning streak that was snapped by the Johnson Jags the last time out. Reagan's playing like they want to start a streak of another kind.
They sure do. Mom's got to be happy. As we go down to the sidelines, and Mike Hernandez with Lyndon Hamilton.
Coach, pretty good first half. I'd have to say you guys are hitting on all cylinders.
Yes, sir. You know, it's kind of what we talked about, you know, in pregame. You know, we got to be sound in the kicking game. You know, the Gilliam kid had 2 critical scores for us, you know, to help us build a little bit of momentum. And, you know, the ground game's working for us a little bit. Carrington's getting some touches. And the Staley kid's, you know, he's moving the ball with his feet, too. So it's kind of a two-headed snake for us on offense right now. And defensively, you know, found a way to get 2 takeaways at half. And we talked about, you know, we've got to make sure we win the takeaway battle. And right now the kids are playing, you know, they're playing with some intensity and some fire. And I think the Thursday Night Live deal has got them kind of maybe having a little bit of swagger. So they're having fun tonight. Yes,
well, enjoy the rest of the night. Good luck in the second half.
Have a good one. Coach.
I think Coach is a little fired up.
Yeah, first time in school history on the TNLs.
Reagan playing like they've been there before, even they haven't been on TNL. When we come back, it's our countywide service company halftime show from Heroes Stadium.
Welcome to the Countywide Service Company halftime show.
Welcome back. Right now it's halftime at Hero Stadium. 31-7 your score with the Reagan Rattlers in charge. I'm joined by your CW insider, Caitlin Munoz. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Lots of fun things going on for CW right now.
Like, for instance, you guys have some tickets coming up, right?
Yeah, so today's the last day to enter to go to the circus, the Alzafar Shrine Circus. It started tonight, so if you text circus to 44332, you could win tickets to that. Tonight's the last night, okay. And then starting next week, we'll do Warfest tickets, because Warfest starts tomorrow already.
Really?
Yeah.
How did that slip by and jump on me like
10
that?
days. November 3rd through 12th is Worst Fest, and so we'll be giving away tickets.
Are you guys going to be doing some shows and some live shots from up there?
Yeah, daytime at 9, November the 9th. We'll be live from Worst Fest.
Okay, so just for folks that need to and been waiting for you to tell them how to join the crew, what do they need to do?
Easy. Text CW Crew to 44332, and you're a part of the crew.
All right, thanks a lot, Caitlin.
Awesome.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, speaking of a pleasure, it's halftime here. That means time for the bands. Let's pick up the action right now. Listen to our Madison halftime marching band.
What a performance by the Madison Maverick Marching Band. If you'd like to see them get the $5,000 band grant, just text band 17 to 44332. That's band 17, no spaces. And for complete texting guidelines, just go to CW35.com. Our $5,000 band grant made possible by Sprouts Farmers Market.
You're watching Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights, presented by Jack in the Box. You're watching the Countywide Service Company halftime show. You're watching the Countywide Service Company halftime show.
Hey, it's time to recognize tonight's Scholar Athletes of the Week. At the end of the season, one featured student will be awarded a $10,000 scholarship presented by Vulcan Materials Company. Let's meet this week's student athletes.
Our first Scholar athlete is Cole Kuno, a senior wide receiver at Reagan High School. Now, Cole also is on the track team, competing in several different relay teams, and he's carrying a GPA of 114.5 and is currently ranked 4th in his class. So how does he handle sports and keeping up with his classes?
It's a lot of hard work, a lot of late nights, but a lot of it can be attributed to the support system I have around me. I have a ton of great teachers who are very understanding whenever I miss school for what it be at a game or practice or something.
Cole is a National Merit Commended Scholar and an AP Scholar with distinction, and yet somehow still finds time to be involved at school.
I've been involved in student council and student government for the entirety of my high school career. I've been involved in the planning of prom, homecoming, and a lot of different cleanup efforts around the school, a lot of different initiatives.
He's received the President's Volunteer Service Award, and he spends time at the San Antonio Food Bank, Independence Hill, and at Haven for Hope. But he does have a favorite, and it's the Special Olympics.
I coach both special needs children and adults in basketball, swimming, and bowling, and it's really just a great experience. I don't even see it as service work. It's really just a fun experience.
Our next Scholar athlete is tennis player Nimbe Vermeer from Madison High School.
So I've been on varsity now for 3 years, and I'm team captain now my senior year. And team season just ended, and we made the playoffs for the first time in Madison history.
Nimbe founded a service organization in her sophomore year at Madison that is very similar to the Rotary Club.
We do a lot of Dash for Trashes at school, and if not, we're outside in the community, either volunteering at walks, like the Alzheimer's Walk or Down Syndrome walks. And it's just like seeing other people's faces, a smile as they see you working, or they thank you for being there. It's just it's something that brings joy not only to us, but to them.
Now, Nimbe maintains a 4.0 GPA and is ranked in the top 5% of her class. So how does she do it?
I've just had to adapt. I've had to work with my teachers, work with my fellow peers in order to help get me catched up and whatnot. And so it's been a trip, and it's been definitely a mountain to have to climb.
Congratulations to Nimbe Vermeer and Cole Kuno, your Vulcan Materials Company Scholar Athletes of the Week.
The 2017 Ronald Reagan High School Marching Band, Diamond Dancers, Superstars, and Charter Pep Squad. The Reagan Band is under the direction of Dan Morrison, Greg White, Mason Denton, Ray Woodbury, Noel Galantina.
You're watching the Countywide Service Company Halftime Show.
Welcome back to our Countywide Halftime Show. Sweet unis for the Reagan Band. Let's see if they sound as good as they look.
Thank you for your continued support of the Reagan Band. And now the Northeast Independent School District proudly presents the nationally acclaimed Ronald Reagan High School Marching Band.
Unbelievable stuff from these two bands tonight. If you want to vote for the Reagan Rattler Marching Band, text Band 18 to 44332. Band 18, no spaces. For complete text and guidelines, go to the CW35.com. Again, the $5,000 band grant made possible by our friends at Sprouts Farmers Market.
Celebrate middle and high school teams that go beyond the game. San Antonio Sports is recognizing teams that have exhibited key values through their actions. This week, we recognize the Northside ISD, which is making a system-wide commitment to leadership and service. This fall, more than 270 Northside student athletes attended a servant leadership summit, a follow-up to a larger leadership gathering last spring. The athletes and 50 community members studied the values of compassion, courage, and conviction, and each campus devised its own game plan to serve the community. The results are being implemented on every Northside campus by the district's 14,000 middle and high school athletes. They're demonstrating the beyond-the-game values of respect, selfless service, integrity, and caring. To learn how parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate their teams that go beyond the game, visit sanantoniosports.org.
Thank you for watching the Countywide Service Company Halftime Show. Stay tuned for the second half of tonight's game.
Back out for the second half. First on the field, Madison Mavericks.
Welcome back to Heroes Stadium. Reagan over Madison 31-7 as we get ready for the third quarter. Time now for our highlights brought to you by iDreamSA.com, connecting San Antonio teams to opportunity. And I tell you what, the opportunity tonight was for Spencer Gilliam. First on the punt return. Took that one to the house. Travis Staley, the sophomore quarterback, scampered in to make it 14-0 Rattlers. And then Jalen Battles got Madison back in the game.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Making it look awful easy down that sideline thanks to some blocks, but 10 was the story of the first half, no doubt.
Not only did he have the punt return, he had the kickoff return. He added an interception to that with the pick right here. Spencer Gilliam, star of the show. John Carrington ran in right for the last touchdown before halftime, and that's where we stand right now, 31-7, after a field goal as well by the Reagan Rattlers. And so they deferred, so they'll get the football here as we get ready for our second half kickoff, brought to you by Ernest Roofing. Ernest Roofing, we've got you covered. Back deep to receive the kick.
Onside kick.
Guess who?
Here we go.
They got it. Do not kick it to Gilliam. Better than that, kick it to yourself.
Yeah, you got absolutely no problem with that from Blaine Peterson. I mean, why not? You need some sort of spark. Get yourself back in this football game. Steal a possession. I was wondering if they were going to try something funky there to start the second half, and I'll be darned if they didn't make it happen.
DJ Dotson with the recovery, and as we look at our stats, all Reagan Rattlers, as you would expect, 2 turnovers costly, and penalties also killed Madison in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, actually, you know, passing yardage, rushing yardage, all that stuff. The Mavs have possessed the ball longer in this football game, but again, when you get 2 special teams touchdowns, you're going to get sideways on that scoreboard more often than not.
Reagan defense coming up to shove Chance Gill to the ground. Gets back to the line of scrimmage and whistles everywhere. Flags, more whistles.
5-yard penalty, replay first down.
Thought the sportsmanship of Chance Gill there got drilled by about 3 Rattlers and was trying to help those guys up.
For the Mavericks.
I like that.
Heard from Lyndon Hamilton coming off the field. But what does Blaine Peterson have to think? Mike Hernandez spoke to him. Mike?
Well, as you might imagine, he's not a happy camper. He said a lot of the things you've already mentioned. He says, we've got to figure out a way to stop turning the ball over, the penalty. We just need to clean up our game. And then he paused and he said, and our special teams, he goes, they were just unbelievably bad.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense number 27, 5-yard penalty, first down.
At least he was honest. Tell you what, man, he doesn't fool around, man. He is high intensity, and you know, going back to coach at his alma mater, where both of his parents were educators there, where dad was a wrestling coach. His mom was the math teacher. Both doing great jobs there over the years, and still a lot of wisdom in the kids that went through the halls of Madison, that's for sure.
How about Dante Higgins fighting off about 4 tacklers to get all the way near the stick, close to a first down.
Yeah, got a little pep in their step to come out of the locker room, get the onside kick, and fighting and busting his way up. Now trying to go with tempo, get some more yards at the Rattlers.
Second time tonight,
bottling it up
on a quarterback sneak that's intended for a yard or 2, where he picks up 5 or 6. Kielbasa Smoke Meat first down as he fires out in the flat. It's caught, getting a block and getting down to the 10-yard line as battles again. That's the same type play that scored earlier in the football game.
And I know we've called Adam Portillo's number a lot tonight. I'm telling you what, that kid took on a block and was still able to make that tackle. If he doesn't do it, pretty good chance 82 gets back into the end zone.
Inside the Miracle Mattress red zone, a first down and 10 for the Madison Mavericks, who are trying to get right back into this football game early here in the third.
So special teams was the bugaboo of the Mavs in the first half, but at least they were able to get the onside kick here to start the third quarter.
Chance Gill in motion. Instead, they hand it off inside. That's Tippins. Back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Of course, Madison's got big old Dwayne Anthony, who's going to play in our San Antonio Sports All-Star game. And look at this fella, 6'4", 295.
Yeah, and even bigger in the classroom, bro. 3.95, Don Harris. If you put ours together, we wouldn't have gotten that.
I was going to say, firing over the middle. Is it caught? It is incomplete, short. And I think, Chuck, that's the first time ever that 3.5 and Don Harris have been used in the same sentence.
I feel you. I feel you. But just good patience by the quarterback that time as we take a look at that resume. Look at being recruited by just about everybody, huh? Rice, McNeese, Stephen F., Texas State.
Higgins going to throw back to the other side now. He keeps up the middle, splits defenders. Look at Higgins turning for the goal line. Gets all the way down to the 2-yard line. Deceptive strength from the junior quarterback. Time and time again, he gets more than you expect him to.
Well, you just look at this guy's resume on the field. I mean, throwing for over 1,000, rushing for over 1,000. So, you know, clearly this is the guy that makes the offense go in more ways than one.
Still got 20 seconds to snap it. They were going to go quick with a sneak, but Reagan put all their linebackers right there in the box, and so Madison's got 12 seconds left to change the play.
Yeah, it's 4th down here too, so they got to make something happen.
Can still get the 1st down. They're going to keep it in their quarterback's hands, and Dante Higgins walks in. Touchdown, Madison, and just like that, the Mavs, after a successful onside kick and drive, are back in this football game.
Well, 4th down, no sense doing anything with the football than just letting your do-it-all quarterback bust it in. Good job pulling that ball back, keeping it himself, and doing most of that stuff on his own with that drive. Boy, did Madison need that. Something tells me Coach Peterson had lots to say during the intermission.
We'll still have the extra point.
Madison had an illegal substitution trying to get guys in and out. The head referee calling the illegal substitution, so they'll still have the point try. Madison will run out a different group of guys with still plenty of time to kick it or go for it. Now they're going to kick it. I think they thought about going for 2 there, as they'll spot it right at the 15-yard line for Graham Torres. So 25-yard extra point. Almost blocked, but it's good. And Madison now trails only 31-14. We got a lifetime left at Hero Stadium. The Reagan drum line fired up with their 31-14 lead, but I wonder if the Madison Mavericks have 2 onside kicks in them. We've seen crazier stuff in District 26 this year.
Hey, why not?
Here it is, and it's fielded by the Rattlers. Number 37 on the hands team right there, Jake Villegas. That one just didn't pop up like the last one did.
That's all right. You know, I don't have a problem with that. Again, you're trying to get and steal possessions here. You've had a hard time getting off the field on defense. Why not roll the bones? And yeah, you get a little errant bounce there. You never know what can happen. I wouldn't be surprised if Madison does that the rest of the night.
Tal O'Connor was able to beat Steele. Had some successful ones. Carrington brought down in the open field.
Yeah, great job there by D'Angelo Alexander coming up from his linebacking spot. If he doesn't make that play, there wasn't a whole lot of Madison bodies behind him, and Carrington could have taken that a long way.
Sets up 2nd down and 3. Travis Staley looking right, firing right, caught. Connor Fox across the 35, and he's out of bounds at about the 33.
And Madison stacking the box and try to make the Rattlers beat them downfield. Staley's yet to throw an incomplete. He's been sharp. Getting it out there quickly, and Fox on the other end.
Yes, Staley on the night. 7 for 7, hadn't missed a lick. 72 yards. Hand to Carrington. He breaks a tackle right up the middle, gets to the 30. Madison defense, DJ Dotson in there on the tackle. Nice job up front by that offensive line of the Rattlers, clearing space for their star running back.
So this Madison defense, the onus is on them. You got a big play on special teams. Your offense answered the bell, took it down the field and cashed it in. Madison's going to make a comeback. They've got to get some stops.
2nd and 6. Staley fakes it, now fires to this side. It's caught right at the stick for a 1st down.
Drew Uresti coming back for the ball nicely on that play. Of course, 1st team All-District performer a year ago and their leading receiver a year ago. Again, there's just so many great wide receivers at Ronald Reagan High.
Keandre Diggs did a nice job in coverage. Tackled him as soon as he caught it, but it was a perfect route and good throw. And Staley has a kielbasa smoked meat 1st down. There's Carrington. Dancing. Good job again by the Madison D. They continue to have their linebackers and DBs come up to make big plays. Sam Barrasso on the tackle there.
Yeah, Deshaun Higgins as well coming up there and filling as well. That's what you got to do. You got to at least take something away, and right now Madison selling all out to try to stop the run.
Deshaun Higgins, the younger brother of the quarterback Dante, just a sophomore, as Reagan sends 3 wides to the right side on 2nd down and 9. Pump and go, looking for Fox. Did he catch it in bounds? Touchdown! Connor Fox, are you kidding me?
Connor Fox, are you kidding me? Travis Staley, are you kidding me? I thought he overthrew him and he dropped a dime.
I think he did. If how Fox got a foot down, I don't know.
I mean, this thing was thrown perfectly. Talk about throwing your receiver open. I thought he was going to go right side because there was really loose coverage by the Madison defense, but you're right, just an outstanding catch there at the end, finding the ears and pulling it in by Fox.
Amazing, you could see the rubber pellets pop up about a half a yard inbounds right as Connor Fox took possession. Reagan on top, 38-14 here in Heroes.
And welcome back. I'm joined by Madison band director Philip Flynn. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Congratulations on a great halftime show.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So you were telling me you got a pretty big deal coming up this weekend. There's a big show in the Alamo Dome.
There is. It's called Bands of America, and all the best groups from around Texas and even groups from out of state come in and compete over 2 days. I think 68 total bands, and it's a huge show. A lot of groups work all year for this final performance of the season, of the competitive season at least. And
so you're done for the UIL already.
Yes.
So this is the next big thing.
It is, yeah. It's the kind of culmination of all the competitions and all the performances. Now finally the full show is together with the visuals and the props and the sound effects and all the drill and choreography. So it's neat for the kids to have that final show in the Alamo Dome.
Yeah, I imagine it's pretty exciting for you too.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
A lot of work goes into it, planning for a long time, yeah.
Well, good luck to you.
I appreciate it.
Let us know how it went.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thanks.
Chance Gill is still on his feet. Reagan doing a great job of stringing it out and staying home, and their kick coverage, so he will only get to the 30-yard line.
A lot of fight in that young man, that's for sure. You're right, just nowhere to go. We're Rattlers at every corner and at every turn.
Here's a look at the scoring drive. 6 plays, 51 yards. The touchdown pass to Connor Fox, who just did a fantastic job to catch a football and keep 1 foot in bounds. And after Madison seemed to get back in it, Reagan has answered off the arm of Travis Staley, who's still perfect.
Yeah, 9 for 9 throwing the football.
Dante Higgins wants to let it fly. Now tucks, keeps, and he just trusts his speed to keep him out of trouble. He runs out of bounds. Picks up about 5.
Culhane doing a really nice job there too, because once Hagan looked like he was going to square and throw, he kind of gave a little hitch. Culhane was having none of it. Was able to force him out of bounds on that play.
2nd and 5, 6 minutes left here in the third. Little zone read. He hands it off to the man in motion. Coming this way is Dion Moore. Dion Moore's got a first down.
Yeah, good pickup on the play. Aiden Hoffman, the halfback, doing a really nice job squaring up. The guy was trying to tackle Dion Moore. Got him a couple extra yards on that play.
Fake it to him this time. Higgins keeps, and look at Higgins. He's able to always reach that second level after contact. And he picks up about 4.
Yeah, it speaks to his strength and athleticism and all that, because everybody in the joint knows on the RPOs, you got a key on the quarterback with the numbers that this kid's racked up all year. That's the Energizer Bunny.
Spencer Gilliam finally brought him down. Higgins fires on a slant over the middle and is caught. Off to the races. Battles again, nearly stripped from behind by Gilliam, but he hangs on to the football. He's inside the Miracle Mattress red zone, knocking on the door at the 16-yard line.
Are you impressed, as I am, at the separation Battles gets when he runs routes? I mean, look at, there's just nobody near him. Man, he's a crisp route runner.
And right up the middle is Tippins. He's pushed back. But after everything that Gilliam's done tonight, he almost ran him down from behind and stripped the football. He caught up to him, but he couldn't quite get it out of his hands.
Yeah, I'm just impressed with this guy's ability to,
both of them,
to just run those routes. I mean, he's really creating a lot of space for his quarterback to get him the football.
2nd and 5 from the 11. Inside handoff, and 2 about the 9, maybe the 8. Will be a 3-yard gain for the Mavericks. Tippin's helmet came off. He'll have to exit for 1 play, and that'll set up 3rd down. About 3.
Well, the Mavs offense has been clicking in this second half. That's for sure. Making it look easy.
Christian Hernandez in at tailback. They give it to him, and he's not going to get the first down. Reagan's defense all over it, especially right there in the middle of the play. Coming up from the linebacker spot is Zane Little again, and Little has had a big game.
Yeah, Christian Davis up there too. Reagan selling out to stop the run, doing a really nice job there. They've actually lost a half a yard on that play. So Madison facing its second 4th down here in the 3rd quarter. Converted the last time.
RPO with number 1 keep it, if you ask me. I'd put it in his hands.
Well,
he's good for 3 or 4.
Got to think Reagan's going to try to sell out to stop that.
Here he is. He's got the first right near the 5-yard line. He goes forward to move the sticks. His ability to push forward after adverse contact is just special for the young man.
Yeah, it's that and just his vision too. You know, he'll see things quickly and then doesn't waste a whole lot of time getting into some space.
That's a big kielbasa smoke meat. First down for Hagan. Dante keeps again. Stutter step, going for the end zone, but he stops short right at about the 1.5. Littles again. Littles is messing with a guy twice his size.
That's
After
all
the
right.
play, they're breaking it up a little bit.
Yeah, Little on the play, and our man Spencer Gilliam finishing him off.
So it'll be 2nd down and 1. And they're just going to sneak it with Higgins, and look at him push forward for a touchdown. Dante Higgins. The up front push by the Madison offensive line, and their quarterback, who when he sneaks is averaging about 6 yards a carry.
Well, the old rugby scrum bully ball. Get it to your quarterback and get a push from the guys up front. Excellent job by the Madison offensive line. Torres, Gray, Gonzalez, Maharis, and Anthony up front.
Madison will go to 2, try for 2 to make it a 2-possession game. It would be a 16-point deficit if they can convert. Higgins throwing back, now keeping. Gonna run for it. He's gonna get there. Pylon went down, and so they're gonna call it good. Extended the ball across the pylon. Dante Higgins with the 2-point conversion, and Madison is within 2 scores. Hey, our America's Diamond Smile Cam.
And I need to
Listening to the Glee Club at Madison this morning. And the pep rally. Making Chuck Mikatinik a very proud alumnus. Chuck was in both the Glee Club and the ROTC. Were you not, Chuck?
I was. I just like the little young MCs over there kicking it hardcore.
That was sweet.
Yeah.
You gonna sing for us?
No.
Okay.
Unless you want some glottal, heavy.
I think for sure we'll get a Let Me See You strip.
Yeah. Well, if we have one, you'll get it.
Here's Spencer Gilliam. He's returned 2 tonight. Watch out. Finally taken down at the 35-yard line, but Spencer Gilliam hard to get a handle on as you look at Dante Higgins. 86 yards and a touchdown tonight on 21 carries. Got great flow going tonight as well.
Yeah, special kind of talent, though. This guy, as good as advertised. You know, every week you see what Madison's doing on offense, and you look at his numbers, and they're just staggering what that guy has accumulated this year. For sure, it's fun to watch him start to finish.
First and 10, inside handoff. Carrington to the 40, submarined right there at the 45-yard line as D'Angelo Alexander came up to make the tackle, and as we go down to Mike Hernandez.
Yeah, I'm joined by Reagan band director Dan Morrison. You guys got a lot on the plate. You've got this big event that the Madison band director was talking about. What's that called again?
It's the Bands of America San Antonio Super Regional. It's a mouthful.
Okay, we already heard about that. I want to hear about this Rose Bowl, this Rose Parade, how you're going to be getting to do that. That's awesome. How did that come about?
Yeah, so we actually went to a marching band national competition last year in Indianapolis, and a committee from the Rose Parade was there watching the whole competition, and they selected one band to go on to be in the 2018 Rose Parade, and they selected us, so we're very fortunate.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck. Can't wait to see you guys.
Thank you so
out
much.
there.
Appreciate it.
Make us proud.
All right, we will.
All right.
What a thrill. The Rose Parade, Pasadena, California. Man, what a great area that is. Been out there a couple of times for national championship games, and you're in the middle of a neighborhood, and all of a sudden down in this hole is this gorgeous stadium surrounded by mountains. Staley firing out to this side. Look at the speed down to the 35, getting all the way down near the 30-yard line. Big pickup for the Reagan Rattlers.
Yeah, I was just impressed by Drew Uresti's block out here on the outside. Able to help spring his guy down here on the other side.
Eric Sierra.
Yeah, good job. We talked about Sierra. He's going to be the guy that they'll give him the ball, run it, do some sweeps with him. It's another one of those guys that's multi-talented, can do a lot of things.
Carrington behind Staley now on first down. They play action going deep. Far corner. Got a man. Caught. It's Connor Fox again, and it's another Reagan touchdown.
How about this Travis Staley?
Throwing a dart right on the money and a 6'5" target. Hard to miss, too.
Fox just running a little stop and go. Sells the stop, and then is able to get some separation, but Staley pretty much hits him in stride, and Fox doing a great job there at the end because pretty good coverage on the back end by D'Angelo Alexander. Got his hands in there, but Fox able to get his hands on the ball and haul it in.
Pella's extra point is good, and Reagan has now put up 45 with just 37 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, they've been unstoppable all night. You know, they got the quick scores on special teams, but haven't punted it yet. Again, you got these receivers that are so tall, so big and strong, and can run as well, and boy, they don't whiff when they get their hands near a football, do they?
He dropped that one right in there perfectly.
Staley now 12 for 12 throwing the football. Are you kidding me?
D'Angelo Alexander had good coverage. He kind of made up the ground after the little stop and go and actually took a swipe at it, but it was dropped in there perfectly. Connor Fox, 2 touchdowns tonight.
Yeah, just trying to figure out who we're going to have for player of the game. I mean, Gilliam made his case awful early, but I'll tell you what, little Staley's making a run here.
Staley's making a run.
This has been some kind of football game in terms of these offenses getting up and down the field. I'm just really impressed with Travis Staley. My goodness. I mean, we talked about, you know, what we're seeing tonight on the football field, but that's not even talking about what is out there for this young man. Just about every major baseball program in the country is looking at him, and, you know, he's been topping out 93 miles an hour on the mound, but he can hit it and play some defense too. So just a great all-around athlete.
Hallmark University's Thursday Night Lights is streamed on the internet. You can also see it anytime you want right there at cw35.com. And Chuck, you know, last spring, Cade, was it Bournet?
Bournet, yeah.
Yeah, he led that team to nearly a state championship. They have a lot of guys coming back, and Staley didn't even throw much last season. In fact, didn't throw much at all in the playoffs. So they add that arm to that roster. The Reagan baseball team will probably start off in the top 3 in the rankings across the state of Texas. Certainly in this area, they'll be number 1. And who knows what they'll be with Staley. Firing and caught.
How about that?
Despite the interference that wasn't called, Jalen Battles makes a play to bring Madison inside Reagan territory.
Yeah, here's another guy. I mean, all district in baseball, basketball, and football. And I guess baseball is his first love, too. But, Don, there's so many great baseball players in this area. I mean, Bernie Champion's got a couple of guys that are going to be next-level talented players. I mean, they're just all over the place. Churchill's awfully loaded again. I mean, there's just team on team is stacked.
Coach Chapman telling us next week he expects 5 Reagan Rattler baseball players to sign Division I scholarships on signing day.
Yeah, and Staley's going to be one of them. It's just a matter of where's he going to go. I mean, everybody's looking at him. Arkansas, Texas, LSU, all of them. I mean, he's got all these coaches coming out to see him play in Georgia. It's the kind of talent he is.
So the football team loaded. The baseball team will be state ranked, probably number 1 or 2. And the girls volleyball team is number 1 in the country. And Reagan volleyball team is legit. As Dante Higgins keeps right up the middle.
Speaking of legit, here's another one.
That's the end of the third quarter. Madison making a game of it, only to see Reagan answer. It's 45-22. We're starting the fourth when we come back. Back for our iDreamSA.com highlights. Dante Higgins walked in for Madison. The Mavericks got going early in the third quarter after starting with an onside kick, but Connor Fox has 2 touchdowns in the quarter, got his foot down in the back corner there to answer. Higgins scored again, bullying his way in. Madison hanging in there, cut it to a 2-touchdown deficit. But how about Travis Staley just dropping it in the grocery cart? Right there to Connor Fox for his second score of the quarter, and those are iDreamSA.com highlights. It's 45-22. 3rd and 1 for Madison, trying to keep this drive going. Ball spotted at the 33, busting it up the middle and across the 25 is Tippins. Trayvon Tippins having a quiet but effective night here.
Yeah, and the guys up front, again, for both of these teams, doing a really nice job. You know, Dwayne Anthony's going to get a lot of the attention up there, number 78 for Madison. He's our all-star selection, of course, but Gonzalez, Gray, Maharis doing great work in that A-gap area.
Zone read, Higgins keeps. Higgins inside the Miracle Mattress red zone.
Torres, too, over there on the left side. So, again, both of these teams, I thought, Don, honestly, the over-under for both of these squads scoring points tonight would be about 49. Of course, Reagan's on pace for that. Madison knocking on the door again, though, after a very sluggish first half.
This time on the zone read, he hands it. And inside the 15 is Tippins. Madison not going quietly.
Yeah, look at those guys. 67 Maharis downfield. Patrick Gray downfield. These guys are blasting people right now. You like that.
As we've seen in District 26 6A over the years, it's never over. Kielbasa first down there. Higgins keeping to the outside. Higgins going to be shoved out by Gilliam right at about the 5-yard line.
Got a little gimpy on that play too. Well, yeah, especially with these two teams. You know, some of the epic battles that they've had over the years. Multi-overtime games, wild comebacks.
Crazy comebacks with multiple onside kicks are possible still.
Yeah, it's going to get real interesting here if Madison gets a punch in a 2-point conversion.
Don't make me do math right now. 2nd and 4.
Oh, me either. Ask Mrs. Peterson.
Coming in motion. There's Higgins running for the end zone. Higgins, touchdown. Dante Higgins is Superman.
Superman say, oh. I think I just dated myself, didn't I?
I'm not sure. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, one is a gang of one, but get some help here at the end. Look at this, selling out like he's going to go left, and then that guy's dragging him, and
the leg drive that he has all night long, the ability to push forward.
Dwayne Anthony, the shot putter, pushing him in. Might have been his best shot put of the week. You get this, you're going to make it a 15-point game.
And that makes it 2 possessions. So, keeping it as Higgins. It's a 15-point game. You need 1 touchdown and an extra point and 1 touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And we're going to overtime, so stay with us. Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights showcasing some of the best talent San Antonio's got. Dante Higgins, one of them.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Lymphedema MD.
Madison showing signs of another onside kick. This time they're going to try it to the right side. Squibs, but it doesn't pop up again. And again, nice hands there by the Reagan Rattlers. They put Connor Fox, who's already caught 2 touchdown passes tonight, so you know he has good hands.
And he's grateful for that one too, because you're right. You get a knife, he'll take that every time.
All right, so professional kickers for sure. I'm not sure about high school kids. But you know how you throw on the goal line, you throw the fade. Say it's 1st and goal from the 2 for Des Bryant. And Zeke's just going to throw that fade to the back corner of the end zone.
Plus 5 yards. First down.
Reagan's going to have first down. That little fade. Wouldn't you think that professional kickers would be able to, like clockwork, kick a ball up in the air about 12 to 15 yards high, almost like a straight route to the corner? And would that not give you a better chance than rolling the bones on whether or not it's going to pop up?
Well, we'll get to this after that play.
We're going to throw it out here to Sierra. He's got speed. Watch out. Sierra doesn't ever want to go out of bounds. And he's fighting forward inside the 35.
Yeah, make it 4 maps. Here's the problem with that, because now teams have schemed how to do that. And what happens is, like when the Packers did it against Seattle a couple years ago, they didn't get it. The up guys are there to basically destroy the gunners, so that the backside guys are there to catch the easy pop fly. So
and you can call it fair catch, too.
Here's my thing. I would, if I was these kickers, I would tee the ball up sideways. That way you're assured an oblong bounce. But I don't know why we ever see that.
I'm sure some special teams coach somewhere have thought of everything, but it just seems like you could make it a little more consistent. Some guys are really good at it.
Well, I'll tell you, to me, the best way, if you wanted to ensure you would get a bad hop, or at least a ball bounding in an extraordinary way, is to line it up, not oblong, north and south, but sideways. And then just push it, because that's where the ball is going to get some weird angles.
Kick it in the middle?
Do whatever you want. I'm just saying, to me, that would be easier to make it squib.
It's good. It's good
what do I know?
Football talk. That's,
it's
that's
good football talk for you and me and everybody else at home.
Now, let me tell you something. guys that are sitting around with a pizza and a six-pack are saying the same thing if they're football fans. They talk about stuff like this. And uniforms.
That's right. Well, we're not going to have to get to the uniforms tonight, I don't think, because we got a game on here with 9:05. Madison needs a stop.
That's your wish. 45-30. Madison does need a stop. Reagan on the move. Travis Staley with Carrington behind him. 3 wide receivers split to the left-hand side on 3rd and 6. Big play for the Madison defense. Staley going to throw it over the middle. He's got Fox again, and he almost scored. Battles brought him down by his shoestrings. Otherwise, Connor Fox would have had his 3rd touchdown catch of the night.
Yeah, another nice route run there. Nice quick cut. Goes over the middle, and as we take a look at our Vulcan Materials player profile, how about Colton Ashby making the switch from D-line to center this year? And this guy has just been an absolute godsend to this program and what he's been able to do up front. Of all the things that he's doing, the most impressive thing is 3.6, and he's got some company up there on that offensive line for Reagan. There are some hosses up there.
There's Carrington. Carrington's trying to get to the end zone. DJ Dotson flirting with a horse collar there, but I think Carrington's forward surge kept them from going backwards, and that's why they didn't call it.
Well, either way, it's when you got a runner that's got this much daylight and then's dragging guys, I mean, at some point you just have to get them on the ground and keep them out of the end zone. So even if they throw a flag right here, which they probably should have, I mean, you've got to get them down on the ground.
All right, so Reagan right on the doorstep. Staley from the 1. Carrington behind him. It's Staley on the keep. Walks in easily. Touchdown, Travis Staley. Reagan putting more on the board, and they may have just put it away.
Well, so he's got 2 touchdowns on the ground. He's 13 for 13 throwing the ball. Sounds like he might be making a decision about where to go to school to play baseball. It's pretty good to be Travis Staley these days.
Got multiple flags down. I don't know if it was after or there was celebration. We'll wait and see. Or whether it affected the score.
After the play, unsportsmanlike. Number 4, Madison, unsportsmanlike. Number 76, Reagan. Those penalties are going to offset.
Preston Yates and D'Angelo Alexander.
Maybe a little frustration, and also combined with just some competitive fire. Bound to happen sooner or later.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're talking about what's at stake for these 2 teams tonight. And gritty, dirty, nasty, 26-6A street brawl. I'm all for it. I ain't going to lie.
As of this moment, it appears that the Reagan Rattlers, they cannot win the district championship by virtue of their loss to Johnson last week. This will eliminate Madison from district championship contention. So this will hand the district championship to Johnson. Reagan will host Buda Hayes in the first round, and Madison appears to be on their way to play the defending state champion Austin Travis squad.
Yeah, Johnson is still going to beat the Mavs next week too. They're going to have all kinds of stuff going on.
The extra point is through, and it's 52-30 Reagan.
Something tells me we're still going to see some more offense in this one, though.
Madison will not go quietly. 7:40 left. Welcome back. That scoring drive, just a 1-yard run by Travis Staley, but only took 6 plays and 48 yards. Hey, coming up after the game, the Reagan cheerleaders will help us hand out the Monarch Trophy. These beautiful trophies will be given to the winning player and team. Good friends Charlie and Kathy Drago over at Monarch Trophy have been with us from the very beginning of TNL. They do a fantastic job, man. If you're looking for trophies, plaques, custom engraving, anything for your business, for your sports team, give them a call at Monarch, 210-344-3777.
We're going to flag at the end of this thing. Hankey's flying all over the place right now.
Got to sort it all out. Crew's done a great job tonight.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, 15 yards added to the end of the run, automatic first down.
Well, they really have done a nice job tonight. We talk about some of these plays, and like that Fox catch in the end zone. I don't know how the ref saw that. Fox getting his foot in and making a nice call there.
They've been all over it. Dante Higgins has answered all night long for the Madison Mavericks. He's got his work cut out from him here as he fires over the middle, caught by the H-back in this Madison offense. And that's Aiden Hoffman. He's done a great job blocking tonight.
And Madison trying to do what they can to shorten this game in terms of not taking a lot of time off the clock as they try to move it downfield. They need the ball, they need touchdowns, they need extra possessions.
He looks for battles, it's caught. He's brought down right where he caught it. His clock will continue to run.
Talk about little things about, what Reagan was trying to do at the end of that first half. Eating clock, even in the first half, has paid dividends now. It's just less time for Madison to navigate and try to get back in this game.
Tippins trying to find some room and does. What a nice job of just waiting for the elevator door to open and run through it. Trayvon Tippins.
Either that or for some of these massive forest fires to douse out. They were all over the place.
Flag down.
Personal foul, face mask against the defense. We'll go half the distance to the goal with an automatic first down.
Another good call. I thought that happened right there towards the top of the run. Somebody got a little shot at his head. He was trying to tote the rock. Didn't flinch, though. Kept on going and able to get it upfield and then get 15 more on top of it.
So the penalty moves him inside the Miracle Mattress red zone. It's a Kielbasa Smoke Meat first down, and Higgins is going to have a touchdown.
Look at this guy.
Dante Higgins just won't stop scoring. And we have ourselves a TNL record. The most combined points in TNL history.
How about this football game? Up and down, especially in the second half. Madison gave away too many possessions in that first half, and obviously both of these offenses are playing pretty well. But Higgins, unbelievable vision to just kind of wait that thing out, and once he sees an area to run through, he doesn't waste much time getting to where he needs to go.
Madison takes a timeout to talk it over. We'll take it with them. They're going for 2 when we come back. The numbers make it an interesting call for the Madison coaching staff. It's 16. They want to make it 14, so no 2-point conversions are involved if they have a chance to come back. Instead, Higgins is not going to get there. That'll keep it at 16, so now you need 2 2-point conversions if you want to come back. But probably a pretty good call there because the likelihood is nil, but you put yourself in still position with the 2-point conversions.
Well, nothing to lose, and let's be honest. Reagan hasn't stopped one of them yet, so you got nothing to go. I don't think you have anything to lose at that point, so what the heck? And Higgins, I'll tell you what.
He almost did it again.
Takes a half dozen Rattlers to get him down. At least they knew where to go with the football this time on the defensive side.
And we have another onside kick coming, which is fun. 4 plays, 62 yards to cap off the drive.
It's fun for everybody except the guys that are trying to receive the football. Tell you, man, it is harrowing. You're up there, you're 10 yards away. You got guys that are barreling down on you, and you got to concentrate trying to find a ball that's hopping around a little oddly. No, thank you.
Hey, don't forget to vote for our cheer challenge, brought to you by San Antonio Sports. It's the All-Star Cheer Challenge, powered by CPS Energy. You can go on to CW35.com and vote. Top 2 vote getters get a $1,000, $500 band grant. Top 4 get to cheer in the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game or the Army All-American Bowl on January the 6th in the Dome. Both games televised. All right, so here we go again with an onside kick. This one jumps up in the air, and it's snagged out of the air by a Reagan receiver who keeps going down the sideline. And I tell you what, that Reagan hands team has been unbelievable. Cole Kunov, one of our scholar athletes, not only showing his smarts, showing his athletic ability.
Yeah. Got that ball, nice big old hop. But again, you still got to catch it. Not an easy thing to do when a bunch of white jerseys are barreling down, trying to zero in and try to take you out.
That was one they got a good hop on and had a chance at it, but the hands guy's very aggressive, and now Reagan just wants to see clock move. Travis Staley on to try to finish it for the Rattlers. Inside to Carrington, and he bits up about a yard. Good tackle by the defense, and we've got an injured Rattler. Carrington limping around a little bit, and he'll take himself out of the game. As we talked about that Reagan volleyball team, #1 in the nation. And a couple of Under Armour All-Americans from the area, 2 from Reagan, Cameron Ennis and Elisa Barbosa. 3, Lydia Niebla also on there. You can see the schools they're committed to. Kansas, Georgetown, UTSA, and some others from other area schools as well. One-on-one coverage is completed. Connor Fox keeps running people over, and Staley stays perfect on the night. He's now 15 of 15, and he's over 200 yards.
Yeah, this just doesn't make a lot of sense. And then Fox doing a great job on the back end of this.
On the Battles of all people.
Nasty stiff arm. Tell you what, that Battles kid is fun to watch no matter what sport you're playing.
Another kielbasa smoke meat first down for the Rattlers. As they pitch it. Coming to this side is Diego Sanudo on his first carry of the night.
See if the Mavs start burning some of their timeouts here to extend this game as long as possible. Might see him do it after, if they can get a pretty good stop here on 2nd down.
Never out of it with Dante Higgins and company.
No, and you never know. One big play gets you right back in it, and then you never know what can happen in some of these games.
2nd and 10 from the 22. Staley on a quarterback keep. Gets about 3. And Madison not burning any timeouts just yet.
Staley's had himself a heck of a ball game here, and cannot say many more good things than we already have. I mean, absolutely impressive. You always kind of think when you're going to come watch a sophomore quarterback, he's going to be a game manager type of guy. Just hand it off, make the easy throws, but he's made the easy throws, he's made the hard throws, he's been able to run the football. Mercy. Impressive performance.
Back to pass. Can he stay perfect?
Oh, you
Fox
kidding?
Out of bounds.
What, a couple inches away from being 16 for 16 and 3 TD passes on the night?
Ends a perfect night by about 3 inches. Our camera's right at it. Oh, he may have had that left foot down.
Oh, it was awfully close. Not going to say a word to these refs because they've been amazing tonight. Win, lose, or draw. But the one thing it stopped the clock.
That whistle.
That Reagan
whistle
calling
blows.
timeout. They want to take a look.
Take a look. That's what I said too. I actually want to take a look, but instead we'll take a look at our pick and pull collision of the game. Happened back in the first half when big number 49 was a freight train going the wrong way.
Yeah, he finished off that play, but Jamie Ferguson, I'm telling you what, that's a hustle play like you wouldn't believe. That guy's a D lineman, and he was like a yard beyond the line of scrimmage, still came back and made that play.
And that is our pick and pull collision of the game. Hey, just for fun, can we look at see if that left foot was in? 4th and 8. I'm not sure I saw any green. If I'm betting on these officials tonight, I bet you they got it right. And the left foot right there looks like it's white on white. So they got it right.
Wow, near flawless performance. Are you kidding me? 15 of 16 for over 200 yards and the 2 scores. Oh, by the way, he's going to be around for another couple years too.
They'll spot this one at the 27, so it's a 37-yard attempt for Appella. And it's tailing to the left, and it is no good, but there's a flag down.
Yeah, I think Madison jumps. They're going to have a free shot at
offside
this.
on the defense. Offsides, defense, 5-yard penalty. We're going to replay 4th down.
All right, so instead of being 4th and about 8, it'll be 4th and 3.
Yeah, I think you got to kick it again, because if you make this field goal,
they're going to spot it now.
If you make this field goal, it's going to be a 3-score game. And I honestly think the offsides and everybody jumping threw off the rhythm of the kicker, but we'll see.
It'll be 32 for Appella. This one is right down Main Street. And it's good, and it's 55-36, and that should put it away if it already wasn't put to bed. We got a lot of football going on this weekend on the CW35, including Syracuse and Florida State, Saturday at 11.
Yeah, got a Judson guy playing at Syracuse.
And then on Fox, a big day. How about Penn State's comeback against Ohio State? They take on the Spartans. And you got Wake Forest and Notre Dame on News 4, Saturday at 2:30. We got UTSA on the road in Miami. It's Florida International, big conference game for UTSA. FIU with a 3-1 conference record. Falcons and Panthers, as the Cowboys play this week on the other network because they're playing an AFC team. And then we have the Dolphins and the Raiders on Sunday Night Football on News 4 and Football Night in America.
They got a Madison guy playing for the Dolphins.
Boy, is he.
Yeah, right. He blocked a kick last week.
Big fella from Oklahoma State.
Vincent Taylor. Yeah, Vincent's good people and doing a lot of stuff in the community when he's back at home.
Little Pooch is going to be caught about the 35-yard line, and Madison will have 1st and 10 from their own 40-ish. And so Madison's district championship hopes come to an end tonight. They were playing for, hoping to get a share of a district championship, but you know, right now, all these programs in Northeast, Johnson, Reagan, Madison, Churchill, Mac, all the teams with possible playoff futures know what they're playing for over these next 2 or 3 weeks, and the goal is just to get better, as most of the seeding has been done after tonight. Higgins takes off. Higgins trips up near midfield.
And I think,
run.
Yeah, I mean, and I think if you're head coach Blaine Peterson, you know, you saw your team grow up a little bit in the second half. I mean, you're getting blown out, and here you came in the second half and made a game of it. It's been a nice little fight, and this is a young team that will only get better.
Higgins wanted to go deep, running for his life. Still got battles downfield. Now he throws underneath. Now he keeps. Look at Higgins. He picks up the first down and gets out of bounds after making exhausting every possible option on those routes.
Yeah, and can't say enough about the effort of Dwayne Anthony, too, trying to help his guy out. You could see why the likes of Rice and some of these other schools are looking at big number 78. I mean, he didn't quit and just absolutely finished off his block. The quintessential pancake there at the end.
First down. Higgins throws across the middle to Battles. He spins out of the tackle and is brought down by the Rattlers at the 40. Don't forget to vote for your favorite band. That band Grant on the line going into week 10 next week. Sprouts Farmers Market providing the $5,000 band grant. Look at the patience. It's got Tippins, and Tippins has room. Cuts it inside, probably wanted to get out of bounds there, but he gets another 5 yards and gets down to the 25.
Patience and Deke squad, man. He totally deked that defender. I thought, man, you're about to get killed, young man. He saw it the whole way.
He was just calm, man.
Yeah.
Higgins again fires and just missed the crossing route as he was looking right over the middle for Aiden Hoffman.
You know, Jake Bullock doing a really good job on the back end. Sophomore getting some playing time.
Second and 10.
It's fun. I'm sorry, Don, I didn't mean to cut you off, but just fun to watch these guys because you know a lot of them are going to be playing on the next level. You know, this guy, Higgins, you know, Battles is going to be playing somewhere collegiately. Big Dwayne up front.
Here's Tippins. Fights and then gets out of bounds. Cheerleaders holding up Reagan. That's pretty funny.
Is he number 40? I think he was 40, right? Because Bush was 41, the first Bush.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. Why am I bringing up history like I can remember anything? 39 or 40. I'm about to get just annihilated on Twitter. I just walked right into it.
Dutch.
The Gipper.
Up the middle. Touchdown, Madison. I didn't see how he got through there, but Trayvon Tippins surged at the last second and put the ball over the plane.
Because, of course. Oh, good foot in the ground, young man. And then watch him finish off the drive and lunge there. Very nice.
Nice job by Trayvon Tippins. Never quit fighting Madison Mavericks.
You know, by my math, oh, it's too bad they're not going for two.
They'll kick it through to make it 55-43.
So if they go for two and get it, they'd have 99 problems, but a .81 tonight. I was lining it all up and
put a lot of work into that.
Stoned at the gate.
Madison scoring drive, 9 yards. Tippins finishes it off, 8 plays, 60 yards. And you know what time it is, Chuck?
Yeah, it's time to talk about what's coming up on the CW
The Supernatural
tonight.
And then Arrow, all coming up on the CW 35 after TNL. It's time for the gentle musings of the uniform czar. And I got to tell you, the Madison Mavericks are looking good tonight. You know, more teams should use navy blue with burnt orange, and it's a good look. I love how they have the blue script Madison going through the block M on the helmet. The numbers are oversized, but that's good for broadcasters who are losing their vision. And it's a clean look with the white pants. And those stripe, I usually don't like stripes on the pants around the knees, but that's a good, it's not offensive.
Look, Don, all I can say is we just showed a shot of number 53, Austin Leach, and while you were talking about the uniforms, did you see him yawn? I swear he yawned. I kid you not. It
Another
was so
onside
poetic.
kick. This one's loose. Reagan recovers. And Reagan's got a nice look themselves with subtle stripes on the pants. And a solid all green look with the good numbers, good fonts by both of them. The only thing I would critique is I've never been a huge fan of the twisted R Reagan Rattler logo. Can't quite read it. I don't know if it's snakes. I don't know if it's 2 R's. It's kind of a mess. But other than that, I love the Reagan look.
Well, you're going to love number 78, too, Carson Ferris. And what's going on with him is Reagan puts the finishing touches on this football game. You know, Carson, kind of a late bloomer, getting on the field this year, and just a big old kid, super smart, 103 in the classroom. All right, he just visited Notre Dame. I think he's got Oklahoma in his sights, Stanford. I mean, they're all looking at this guy right now. And, you know, you talk about how many great offensive linemen that have come through the Reagan program. How about the Kerstetter kid?
Starting as a true freshman
That's
at
right.
UT.
So you could talk about the talent level of what's going on with the Reagan Rattlers up front, but looks like this young man's got a bright future too. And again, 103 in the classroom.
Spencer Neely and the Neely boys that both played at A&M came out of Reagan. Of course, their most famous alumnus is Trevor Knight, more than likely. Played at Oklahoma and A&M.
And also looked like he was batting leadoff for the Los Angeles Dodgers. You see that Taylor kid? Looks just like Trevor.
Trevor. Trevor's brother Connor. Austin Hayes all played here. Austin Hayes was a receiver at Oklahoma State.
Of course, the Mavs,
good.
too, with a fine tradition. Aaron Green. Go right down the list, right?
The great Buddy Knowles. It all started with the great Buddy Knowles back in the late 70s. And you know where he went?
North Texas.
Mean Green. That'll do it. We'll tick to zeros. Reagan cements themselves in solid second place in 26-6A, and they'll host a home playoff game in 2 weeks. They beat Madison tonight on TNL 55-43, and when we come back, we'll hand out the hardware, the Monarch Trophy, and the player of the game, and it's going to be a close vote. We may have to count Chads. But first, our play of the night, brought to you by Night Office Solutions. And that is our Night Office Solutions play of the night.
Welcome to the Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights postgame report.
The Reagan Rattlers and the Madison Mavericks set a TNL record for combined scoring. The Rattlers are the champs, and Mike Hernandez is on the sidelines, or on the field, with the victorious Reagan squad.
I am. How about it, guys? Great game. First time on Thursday Night Lights. You guys set a record for scoring total. Y'all had total points tonight, set an all-time TNL record. And, of course, y'all are in a great shape right now looking towards district and your playoffs. So congratulations on that. Give yourselves a round of applause for that. All right, I'm going to give out the MVP trophies first. And I got to tell you, man, we went back and forth, and we decided we can't make a decision. We're going to give it to 2 individuals. The first is going to be Spencer Gilliam. Spencer, you had a great game. 2 interceptions, or 2 runbacks, and then an INT on top of that. Not bad. You did it all in the first half.
Yes, sir. I mean, the 2 runbacks, I have to give it up to my punt return and kickoff return. They had amazing holes for me to run through, and I just ran. That's pretty much all I did. So I mean, I got to give it up to them, not me. So.
Oh well. Yeah, you did your part too, bro. All right, stay with me for just a second. Your second MVP for tonight did pretty well as well. 15 for 16 passing, almost perfect. 2 touchdowns running, 2 touchdowns passing, over 200 yards. Your quarterback, Travis Staley. Come on up here, Bob. Where's Travis? Not a bad night.
Yes, sir. Coach Hill had a great game plan. Tonight, we just had to trust in his game plan, and it worked out well for us.
You know, you were about a half a foot away, just about 6 inches away from being perfect tonight.
Oh, yes, sir. Fox knows I'm mad at myself for that one.
We actually took a second look because we were going to go ahead and see if we could get him to change the call, but it was pretty close.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes,
well,
sir.
congratulations. We have the 1 MVP trophy. Where is that? Oh, you got it. So we'll get you another one, okay? So we normally don't have 2 MVPs, but like I said, this was a tough night. Coach, where's Coach? How about a hand for your coach, Coach Hamilton? Great game, solid on both sides of the ball. I mean, from special teams, offensively, defense. Did they ever stop you guys?
I don't know. I don't know
think
that we
they
stopped
did.
them the second half either. I tell you what, they are extremely explosive, and they got after the second half. We were fortunate that the offense was really moving the ball well tonight. The kicking game came through for us early. It kind of kick-started the deal off for us, and we moved closer to playing a complete game, and that's what we want to do toward the end of the season. All I know is we got ourselves an insurance spot in that playoff bracket tonight. So.
Absolutely. Congratulations for that, and you got a very solid team. I was very impressed with them. We've had a lot of them throughout the year, and this is one of the better teams I've seen out here.
I appreciate it. They work hard, so they're reaping the benefits of their hard work. Yes, sir.
All right. Let me let you do the honors. I'll let you present to your team. Winners tonight, Thursday Night Lights, your champion trophy. The Reagan Rattlers, winners over Madison, 55-43.
All right, Mike, we're back to wrap it up with our highlights and more after this. Welcome back. Wrapping it up, Reagan over Madison, 55-43, the final time for our iDreamSA.com final highlights. And man, we had a lot of them tonight, Chuck, and one of our co-players of the game, Spencer Gilliam, got it all started early for the Rattlers.
Boy, he sure did. I mean, Reagan looking for a spark coming off their loss, and Spencer got the kick return, and then how about the sophomore quarterback showing up big on the big run there?
Madison hung in there, cut it to a 2-touchdown deficit, seemed like about 5 times tonight. Battles with the score there, but then on the ensuing kickoff, Gilliam took it about 90, and all of a sudden, Reagan was back in control.
Yeah, and then he wasn't done yet. Great guy on special teams, and then showing you play safety too.
John Carrington went in right before the half as Reagan had what looked to be a comfortable lead, but man, you got to tip your hat to Dante Higgins. This kid all night long just wouldn't quit. He answered every single Reagan touchdown with one of his own.
Yeah, and how good is he going to be next year as a senior?
Connor Fox had a big night. 2 touchdowns in the third quarter, that one in the back of the end zone. Higgins answered with his strength, pushing forward to, again, cut it to about 14, 15 points. Then Connor Fox, again, down the sideline, almost had a third, stepped out of bounds on what would have been his third touchdown. But Higgins, whether it was 2-point conversions or touchdown, he just kept Madison in the game all night long.
Yeah, and then number 4 doing his thing. Every time these guys touched the football tonight, they went down and scored.
Set a record, as Mike Hernandez said, for our combined score. It's a basketball game out here tonight. Those are iDreamSA.com highlights. And look at the total yardage, 440 to 371. Both teams over 20 first downs. A pretty clean game. Didn't seem like there were that many penalties at the time.
Well, I think the biggest thing is that you look at the total yards and you say, wow, look at Madison. You got 441 to 371. But I think the biggest thing is you get 2 special teams touchdowns like that for Reagan. That's going to sometimes reflect on your final stats. But, huge plays tonight from Reagan. Huge plays tonight from Madison. Unfortunately for the Mavs, it just took them a while to get going in this one.
So Madison goes on the road to Lake Travis because of this one tonight. Reagan gets a home playoff game. Save the best for last these last 2 weeks tonight with playoff implications. And next week, get this, Clemens and Steele both in our TNL top 10. And this could be, depending on what happens tomorrow night, a scenario where the winner's in and the loser's out. Not quite sure that'll be the case, but it very much has the possibility to, as we will see some of the top athletes in town, including the best wide receiver going up against arguably the best defensive back head-to-head. Oh, yeah. We're going to be out in shirts. It's going to be a fun time. Steele and Clemens. Hey, for Chuck McIntyre up here in the booth, Mike Hernandez down on the sidelines, our statistician extraordinaire, Mark Kusenberger, Chris Kotfus, the incomparable producer, Brian Watts in the truck, and the rest of the crew putting TNL on the air. We'll see you next week from Shirts, Texas. Reagan over Madison tonight, 55-43. So long, everybody.